Dear Dairy. Sunday. Sunday. Couple of quick things. When are they not usually quick things? When I, have way too long and derailing of stories that ricochet off into 6 or 7 different topics, but those are 6 or 7 different quick topics. Anyway, why did I write this? I'm looking at my notes on my, my notes right there. See, yep. No, you can't because it's just some big white glowing thing. But one of the lines, the second line says, "I love kiwi fruit," which I do. I love kiwi fruit. I don't know why. I mean, I know why I love it, but I don't know why I thought that was important to tell you. And the next line is foods I love. Was I going to make a Dear Dairy about foods that I love? I don't remember saying that that's something I was going to. I don't remember saying internally that was. I don't think I ever decided on that. I'm not quite sure where this particular. There are many foods that I love, kiwi among them, but I'm not sure where those 2 lines came from. I think either I have been sleep typing on my notepad, or maybe I hit my head on something. But the 2 big things that I wanted to make mention, because there's 4 notes here. One of them is, as I've told you guys, I've been kind of coin mining a bit recently. Not like to any sort of extreme. I just sort of, let it run. It's doing 300 kilohashes a second, whatever the hell that means. It's apparently a decent amount. I've spent probably over the last week, I think I've spent a grand total of 2 days. It's just blocks of hours spread out while I'm sleeping. But if you combine them all into one period, it's probably about 2 days mining. I've got like 3,500, coins so far. They are Doge coins. But I realized the other day, because, running all that processing power on the GPU, it causes the fan to spin up more because it's heating up more. And I realized for the first time I could hear my computer. Oh my God. Just craziness. Crazy. So I was like, what the hell is that noise? Because we have a network drive on the shelf over there, and the fan on that's been spinning up from time to time and humming. And it sounds like it's coming from over here because I keep thinking that it's my computer, but it's not. And so this time I was like, okay, is that no, that's a different pitch than before. What? And so I finally realized, oh my God, it's my computer. So when I'm mining coins, I can actually hear it. I can hear the fan on the GPU. Wow. What else? Let's see. I got in the mail. I got this lovely little document from my credit union informing me of the new changes to my, you probably can't quite see well, you can see a little bit of the text. This part right here, this part is stupid. No, they're required to send us notifications when they change the way things work and whatnot. And the other thing that came was part of my tax information for, when it's time to file my taxes. This is my thing. Like you really wanted to know that. Ooh. The other thing that I wanted to talk about in this particular Dear Dairy was I had just found out a very short while ago, probably, I was about to say 10 minutes. Well, yeah, about 10 minutes ago, that it's the 40th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. Ooh, I did not know that when I got up afternoon. Almost said this morning. Wait a minute, did I get up this morning? I think I did. I'm just trying to remember because I went to Marie Callender's again today. I haven't been in a while. For the breakfast buffet. What they refer to as the brunch buffet. I hadn't been in a while, like 2 months or so. So I figured, okay, I'll treat myself. A little bit of extra cash this 2-week period, so I'll treat myself. So I went over there and I had my usual eggs Benedict and spinach quiche and sausage, big old salad, some cottage cheese, and a slice of cherry pie. That's what the other thing was. Slice of cherry pie. And of course, iced tea, because, I love iced tea. I love tea. I love tea so much. And I have some, and it's probably still warm. Oh, yes. And I didn't steep it for a day and a half this time, so it's not bitter. I only steeped it for about 15 minutes. I know that's still more than most of you would do, but nah. So D&D's 40th anniversary. Do I have my last D&D character was this guy. Let's see if I can even get him close. Of course, the autofocus is off, so you're not going to be able to see him very well. But this was Andu. He was a mink. Because, furry. But he was a cloistered cleric, which is a variant of, most clerics, they get like heavy armor training and you get really good with maces and stuff like that. Cloistered clerics don't get that because they spend all their time in the library, studying, poring over books and stuff. So they don't get any armor training at all. All he wears is robes. He knows how to use simple weapons because they're simple weapons. So he knows how to use like a staff, but he doesn't really fight all that well. The trade-off for having a cloistered cleric variant is that you get a lot of skill points every time you level up. I mean, a lot of them because you spent so much time studying. Anyway, so Andu was the last character that I really played in D&D. And it was awesome. And no, it was not 4.0. I loathed. Wait a minute. There was a D&D character that, sorry, I apologize. I was wrong. My last D&D character was some kind of a lizard, like a dragon blood kind of guy. He was half dragon, whatever. I don't remember. Big scaly guy, but he wasn't a kobold. Anyway, I think he was also a cleric. I think. Maybe. Might have been a mage. I think the character sheet's out in the garage somewhere. Anyway. His name was Charles Kendeil. And, yeah, he was... I did not like 4th edition at all. No. Somewhere out there, I'm telling you, it's still out there somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is. Somewhere out there is an article or a blog or something. I know it's out there because I read it, and it's on the internet, which means that it will exist forever. It was a description, and I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. And for those of you who have excellent search foo, I need your help. And what it was a description, or a comparison, between a description of an attack from a sea monster, kind of giant octopus squid thing, in 3.0 and 4.0. And the 4.0 was very clinical, very, it sweeps this many arms and does this many points of damage and this wide of an arc and blah blah and this many squares worth of blah blah. Nobody cares about your stupid phone call. It's probably that bitch Linda. Actually, it's a different Linda now. They're not using the Robo Linda anymore. Now it's a recording of a live woman saying she's Linda. Yeah, that's her. Um, but yeah, it's a recording of live Linda instead. But I still love, telling her off. Not on the phone, because then I'd have to answer it. And it's not for me. But yeah, sometimes I like to just scream at the answer machine because it's funny. Anyway, it's a description, a very clinical description of the 4.0 attack, or the attack in 4.0, and a very kind of prose, written out in a much more florid text describing what the attack is like. And there's a little bit of the numbers in there for dice rolling and whatnot, but it's much more visceral. So if you're any good at searching, find that article and post it below in the comments, because I keep making references to it. I want to show it to people and I can't find it anymore. I thought I had it, written down or bookmarked somewhere, but I don't. So, anyway, so yeah, 40th anniversary of D&D. I heard my computer for the first time, and there are foods that I love, and one of them is kiwi. That's all my notes. Other foods that I love, I don't know. Beef stew. I think that's one of my stews. I was actually thinking about this earlier, because when I was eating my salad, I get the salad, and then I get like all the sliced cucumber, and I put them all along one side, and I put all the cherry tomatoes on the other, and then I eat all the sliced cucumber, and then I turn the bowl around, and I eat all the cherry tomatoes, and then I eat my salad. And I always do it that way. My mom always used to get on my case about portion eating like that. I mean, we didn't have a word for it back then. She's just like, why don't you have like a little bit of this, and then a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit. I'm like, because I don't want to eat it that way. I want to eat all of this, and then turn the plate and eat all of this, and then turn the plate and eat all of this. She's like, well, you might like it better if you kind of mixed it up. I'm like, vomit is all of it mixed together, and I don't like that, so I think I'll just eat it my way. Thank you. But I realized while I was eating my salad today, the only time that I really like to have all of my courses mixed together is stew. It's like, okay, there we go. That'll do pretty well. Just stew. Maybe that's why I like stews so much. Oh, really, you go and you watch The Princess Bride, and when Fezzik shows up and finds Inigo drunk while they're trying to clear out the thieves' forest, and he's sobering him up by dunking him back and forth in the hot and cold water, and he's feeding him that stew, that beef stew looks perfect. Just big chunks of tomato and carrot, tomato. Well, there's probably some tomato in there, but of potato and carrot and beef, and just celery. I love beef stew. I love it. Nice, really thick, hearty bowl of beef stew. Now for some reason I want tomato soup, which doesn't really make right. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and maybe at some point I'll make a list of other foods that I love, like macaroni and cheese, especially the way Blue Rock Barbecue does it. These big, never mind, I'll tell you about it another time. It's kind of like manicotti noodles. They do it more of a lasagna style. But let it go. I will talk to you guys later, and until then, be careless.